say hi to camera.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I think it's because I feel London has changed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, London's changed in lots of different ways and in quite subtle ways. And I wanted to create an album that was like a Jungian kind of collective consciousness.
Yeah.
You know, like London is a collective of people.
Yeah.
It's a collective of experiences and ideas and thoughts and feelings about what the city is. And so I wanted to bring it back to a human level. I think there's been a lot of politicization of what London is supposed to be by the government, by the media. We have street cameras everywhere now. We have a city where it was deemed okay to kill a Brazilian guy in cold blood without any accountability. We have a city where the Terrorist Act was brought in 2006, which takes more civil liberties away from us. We have a city where it's no longer a place for me where, as I was saying before, as Nelson Mandela said, we're free to be free. I don't feel that in London anymore. You know, I used to feel that. I don't, although it's the most diverse it's ever been. You know, London is more diverse, but there is more of a feeling of isolation, I think, in London. I mean, I really enjoy the process of making albums because I love collaboration, but also with this album, you know, the people were very willing to be involved, and it was, you know, the way I would start is I would talk to each of the artists involved about what they wanted to say about London. I would say, what does London mean to you? To someone like Paul McCartney, it's clearly about feeling invaded by the paparazzi. He felt like he couldn't be free to be himself anymore, because he's actually had his freedom taken away. Even I wanted to say, well, even a celebrity like that could feel the same feeling.
On another level.
On another level. But then you've got Natty, who feels like he can't look at London in the same way anymore. He says, you know, it's like everything's changed. These are the streets where I played, and these are the streets I grew up in, but it's not the same. You know, but then, you know, some people had a more positive perspective. I mean, you know, someone like Roxanne Tatai, who's a 19-year-old artist, unsigned. You know, I think she's about to be signed because she's a great singer. But she's 19. She came from the Brit School where Amy Winehouse came from, and Adele and people like that. But she's got her own perspective, and she was saying she feels in London when she's travelling underground, on the subways, that she wants to get away to be somewhere else. You know, so we wrote a song about escaping from London. You know, there's people like Aruba Red, who actually is Jack Bruce's daughter. Actually, Jack Bruce from Cream, and she's a young person again, unsigned, but she felt like as a woman in London, she feels a sense of fear. You know, that she can't walk the streets without feeling like it's a scary journey. You know, so it was just getting across all these different experiences, but then some are very positive as well, like the track with Daybreak is actually about waking up in the morning and feeling really good about the day. There's tracks like Ojos de Brujo, which are called Shadowland, which is about the homeless people in London and about how they become invisible. You know, how we don't really notice, sometimes we'll walk through the streets of London but actually not really recognise that there are human beings around. So in a way, it's an album which is about rehumanising London and rehumanising our perspective of what London is, and getting away from all the street cameras and reclaiming a freedom of expression through the sound of music. You know, people say, oh, well, music should be just about music and so on. Music is about music, but it's also a very powerful language. People, you know, my heroes were, you know, as musicians, were also bands like Public Enemy and NWA and Hugh Masekela, and people who actually really recognise the power of musical language. But you still make good music. You still have to make music that people want to listen to, and I'm very proud of this album, and I know it's a really strong musical album. It's a very strong musical album, but it's also about something of substance. You know, I mean, for me, music shouldn't be just about music. It should also be about. It should be about many things. We should engage with our context, our humanity, our feelings, and thoughts, and emotions, and everything. You know.